The Walking Dead Season 1 is one of my favorite games of all time. It's a highly dramatic game with really likable characters, solid contained story, really hard decision making, and even some good dose of comedy. Yeah, can you believe it? One of the saddest games of the entirety of mankind has actual comedy on it. I won't point myself to The Walking Dead just to show you that the comedy in the dramatic setting is not completely out of place. You can have comedy in any place at all times. In fact, you probably should. If you want to add a little bit of heart and happiness into the story, just keep the subtlety and make it enough so that the universe can actually swallow it. And then we have The Walking Dead Season 2. Now, a lot of people who play this game might think that this is a dramatic conclusion of the tale of Clementine, whatever her last name is. But let me tell you, I barely watched the TV series, but I heard that a lot of people say that it gets really bad as the time went on. After playing this game, I can see how. The Walking Dead Season 2 is the tale of Clementine, whatever her last name is. Clementine is a really nice girl in Season 1 who is willing to listen and is able to contribute on helping the group. She's the moral center of the first season, but right now she's the main character. Whatever kind of actions that you take in Season 1 will actually give impact to her actions in Season 2. And in Season 2, she has turned into a complete freaking badass. No, seriously, play the first episode and she gets to kill a zombie while she has to suture her wounds out. Even I would be scared to death. Now let's get the positives out of the way. The atmosphere is really good. The game managed to show Clementine's maturity and progress, and it really pays off. The graphics are significantly better, and the PC port is still pretty good, although I would complain that I still can't use the Xbox 360 CE controller emulator for this game. The main character is a freaking badass, the dramatic tension is still there, the game even takes a step further to include a villain, and this villain is actually pretty freaking amazing. However, this game has a lot more drawbacks than anything else. It's to the point where I cannot simply enjoy this game as much as I enjoyed the first game. The entire season falls apart starting from episode 4. Episode 1 through 3 has good beginning, middle, and end, but episode 4 is just kind of digressing. Oh, actually, episode 4 adds something into the table. They killed a little girl. There's this character who is bright and colorful at first, but we find out that she's mentally damaged later on. She becomes an irredeemable character and a liability to the entire team. There's a situation in which we have the choice to save her or not. It's a really good moral dilemma to have, and it's really well executed. However, even then, I don't like how the choice mechanics trump this off completely. Here's a good pro tip on every Telltale game ever. Don't save any character by choice, because in the end, they will die anyway. And then, of all peoples, you have to include Russians as the bad guys, so our characters are holding guns and AK-47s and are shooting Russians in the middle of a huge snow, with zombies no less, walking duty zombies warfare. Then that episode ends with a cut to black and what sounds like a mass shooting between the two sides, but nobody gets freaking injured, not even dead. They're like really close to each other, and then the ending pops up and it's bad. It's not that the ending is unsatisfying, it's just that the emotional impact of all the endings are completely imbalanced. One ending has the emotional impact of absolute dead silence, one is a tearjerker, and one is another dead silence. Can you at least make every single one of these options a tearjerker, or at least attempt to produce an emotion out of these endings? I mean, what's the point of going through the entire game where 66.67% of the ending gives nothing to your feelings? Learn from Mass Effect 3 for God's sake. It's much better to have one happy ending than 16 bad ones. You might think that this is just a build-up for the Walking Dead Michonne Part 1 review. If you want a review of that, well, just visit the Steam page. Actually, this is a build-up of Telltale's Batman. Yeah, they're gonna make a Batman adventure game, and I really want to make sure that it's not the Arkham Knight level of failure. I cannot believe that I have to be wary of failure for Telltale right now. They used to be one of my favorite game developers, but now they're cashing it in by making lazy games after lazy games after lazy games. As for Telltale's Walking Dead Season 2, it gets 2 stars out of 5, which is a huge contrast to the almost perfect Season 1. If it's just 3 episodes, I would give it 5 stars out of 5 if I'm generous, but this game has to continue on, and the last 2 episodes are really hurting this game. So if you want to see Clementine to be a total badass other than the first game, go ahead and buy this game. Other than that, give it a pass. That's all for the review today. If you like this, you can go ahead and click the like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.